on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, presented by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Let me just confirm two things for our audience here, the great fans of Unsportsmanlike. The Eagles won the Super Bowl this past season, correct?
Correct, confirmed.
And
we were there.
They're 7-2 as the 1 seed in the NFC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, so I'm just making sure on all of that before I say this. As we always play on Thursdays, Janky Rondo on Twitch, our go-to audio.
What a name.
Janky Rondo is the streamer on Twitch, and he had A.J. Brown, Eagles wide receiver, on his Twitch, and A.J. Brown had this to say after the question from Janky Rondo.
Hey, but look, everything be good, though. Like you know what I'm saying? Everything be straight. You know what I'm saying? Mental good, kids good, you know what I'm saying? Wife good, everything.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
Where have you been?
No. I'm just checking out. You my dog. Like, I still got, you know what I'm saying? I got to check up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like family good, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else, no.
Man, everything gonna click, bro. Chat, chill, look. Everything gonna click, bro. Trust me.
Show.
Okay, so Janky Rondo asked him, everything good, family good, just like a nice, kind question, non-sports related question, everything good. And A.J. Brown then took it to, no, like, what are you talking about?
Where have you been?
It's a bleep show. And I don't believe he was talking about his family on that one, so let's start there. Your reaction to A.J. Brown telling Janky Rondo that it's a bleep show and things aren't good right now.
They ain't got their arms around this thing with A.J. Brown. Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, all of the leaders, all of the people that you would think would be able to get through to him to try to quell some of this, they haven't been able to do that job. Now, I can understand where he's coming from, but there is a bigger agenda that's at hand, which is your team trying to defend your championship. And so for A.J. Brown to continue to make this noise, to continue to be a distraction, which your head coach, which the other teammates have to answer for in the locker room during media availability, it's hard not to envision it being problematic when you're trying to do something that only two teams have done over the last quarter century, which is repeat as champions.
Yeah, I go back and forth on this one because part of me thinks, all right, this is A.J. Brown. He's done this before. He did it last year. He's known to cause eruption. We know that he is somebody.
He's known to cause what?
Eruption.
Word of the day. That's my official vote. Unless you're screwing with me yet again.
It was the word of the day.
Yes.
Good job, Ben.
Nice.
I got nervous there.
A disorderly commotion or conflict, something we have seen A.J. Brown do in the past, yet the Eagles have had success. They went on to win the Super Bowl last year, despite him voicing his opinion, despite him reading a book on the sideline. We knew that he had some discontent last year, and it didn't matter. They were so good. They had so much success that they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. And heading into this year, when that behavior continued, I wasn't concerned because they're that good. But he is not letting this go. It is building and building, and he is getting more and more vocal about his displeasure, despite the fact that they're winning. And part of me wonders if they're going to be able to put another big Band-Aid over it and have continued success, or if it's something that is going to creep into that locker room, if it hasn't already, and permeate out into the field.
Well, Smalls, he just told you we're not going to keep doing that. We can't just keep putting a Band-Aid on it and thinking it's going to be okay. And here's the thing. The Eagles have been getting away with it because they've been winning games. But what happens when you don't win the game? What happens when that loss happens at the most inopportune time? What happens when it's in the postseason against the LA Rams or the Seattle Seahawks or whoever you want to throw in that hat, the Detroit Lions, who they face off against in Week 11? What happens when it's against those opponents? Then everybody's going to be frustrated and everybody's going to wonder what happened. But A.J. Brown has been telling us all along that something is not quite right with this offense. And by the numbers, he's not wrong. But the reality is that as a player, there are certain things that you just have to keep in-house. And what A.J. Brown is doing by blasting it, whether it's on Twitch or whether it's in front of his locker talking to the media, I just don't know how that's the way to get it done, not from a player standpoint. And we've seen coaches across this league and coaches from yesteryear use the media as a tool to message to the players in the locker room. Very seldom does it work when it's your actual teammate doing the messaging through the media with something that he's trying to bring to your front door. I just don't know how something like this lands with the Philadelphia Eagles players when you got one of your own seemingly taking shots at you.
So Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Eagles, was asked about the comments from the stream yesterday.
No, I don't think so. Again, you can only go from your interactions with everybody and the way they go about their work on a daily basis that you guys aren't able to see. But no, it's business as usual.
You say it was kind of business as usual with AJ. I mean, his latest comments, made it seem like it's not business as usual. Like, how do you kind of reconcile that with him?
Yeah, guys, I'm close to being done answering these questions with this. Like, he's working hard, and he is a big part of this game plan, and it'll be a big part of the game plan going forward. And he's working like crazy when he's here, and I'm excited to have him.
Yeah, that doesn't work, Nick Sirianni. You can be tired or done with answering the questions, but they're going to keep coming. You know why? Because A.J. Brown keeps talking. So at some point, as the head coach, as the leader of the organization, you have to try to figure out how to get on the same page with one of your most dynamic players. That is a part of the job description when it comes to being a head coach in the NFL. Being able to get your best players aligned with the vision that you have for the team and being able to work with them hand in glove when things aren't right to try to figure it out. Now, listen, when it comes to the validity of the message from A.J. Brown, there's something there, and we can talk a little bit about that later on. But if you're Nick Sirianni, you got to figure out how you can sell A.J. Brown on not voicing these frustrations in such a public manner, because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't serve anyone to go about it that way. But
yet it's incessant from him. It has not stopped. It's only gotten worse. It's on various platforms. He's tweeting about it. He's on a stream. He's saying things to the media inside the locker room. I understand that the head coach, that's part of your responsibility, is to get things like that under control, or at least try to influence things like that as much as possible. But A.J. Brown is telling us, I don't really care if this causes a problem. You are going to hear from me. I'm going to continue to tell you why I'm upset and why I think I'm being underutilized over and over and over again.
And Smalls, as a former player, I've lived this movie when there's been this type of friction in a locker room and it boils over to the media and in the public sphere. It's not good. And as a player that was outside looking in of the tension, I can tell you feel that. It weighs on you. It takes a toll. It takes something out of you physically when it comes to just your energy level, your enthusiasm about going to work and going to practice, being in your safe space, which is between those white lines playing football. This takes the fun out of it. This takes the joy out of it. This wears on a team. Eventually, something has to happen to change the status quo. But what I can tell you is to think that the Eagles are going to be business as usual without this being addressed in a significant way is foolish.
We're going to get to that part of it coming up, because last time this happened, they overcompensated in a big way, and they did not perform as well because all they tried to do was throw him the ball. And even if the message is